Governor Nta Ile Ife and his entourage were welcomed to Ile Ife by APC stalwarts in both Ife Central and Ife East local government of Ife Federal constituency. The first port of call of the governor was the palace of Ooni of Ife, where the Obalufe of Ife, Oba Idowu Adediwura, hold forth for His Imperial Majesty Ọba Adéyẹyè Ògúnwùsì.
Ṣùgbọ́n tí mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ kí gómìnà wa máa fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ̀ lẹ́nìí kẹ́ ẹ tó lọ. Ó ní iṣẹ́ tí Ọlọ́run ti lò yín fún láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ tá a wá dáwọ́ ẹ̀ dúró. Ìyẹn títì wa tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́ tá a fẹ́ ṣe láti Ẹ̀dẹ̀ road Jásí road 7. Ó jẹ́ ohun tó máa gbé Ifẹ̀ níyì. Tá a dẹ̀ rọ̀ yín, tá a bẹ̀ yín kí Ifẹ̀ lè máa rí ohun tọ́ka sí. Torí Ifẹ̀ fẹ́ràn yín tọkàntọkàn. Àwọn ọmọ wa tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ń ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú yín, a dúpẹ́ pé wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ takuntakun pé kí APC kó lè rí ọwọ́ mú ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Ẹni iwájú ni yín, ẹni padà dèrò ẹ̀yìn.
Náà abẹ́ yìí ẹni ṣe o, ṣùgbọ́n afẹ́fẹ́ wọ yín sí pàápàá jùlọ ọmọ wa iye ọlọ́run ṣoore. Rose láti Ẹ̀dẹ̀ road lọ jáde new express road tẹ́fẹ́ fún wa ring road ìyẹn ti rẹ̀ ṣe ẹjọ́ amọ̀kan tó dá dúró Ifẹ̀ lórí lẹ́rẹ́ o adèbí dọ́kúmẹ̀tì lọ́wọ́ ó wà lọ́rọ̀ àwọn kẹta fẹ́ rí fún ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run ẹ bá wa ṣe tí àwọn ẹjọ́ yìí bá tẹ̀ wá tó bá wá sífẹ̀ wá lè mọ̀ pé orísun orí Ifẹ̀ jẹ́ tòótọ́ then your excellency gbogbo wọn tí wọ́n wá káàkiri ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ó wà lè fẹ̀sà your excellency Ife is a tourist attraction community. Pé àwọn kan tá ní Ifẹ̀ tẹ́ bá wá ṣe dáadáa your excellency ìjọba yóò ní owó kankan káàkiri owó tẹ́ máa ná ẹ̀rí ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ó wà lẹ́fẹ̀ ó wà ní káàkiri ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun.
While briefing the traditional rulers and chiefs in Ife land, Governor Oyetola told them that he was in Ile Ife to solicit for their support for his second-term bid as governor of Osun State.
Fẹ̀sìrì láíláí orísun gbogbo wa ni tí àwọn kan bá kò tí ẹ fojú sùn lágbára náà á ṣe ṣe èyí tá a bẹ̀rẹ̀ á yanjú ẹ̀ á ṣe délẹ̀ kò takú sọ́nà ọkàn rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ̀kọ́ kan báyìí lórí ìyẹn èyí tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ dẹ̀ ṣe lọ́wọ́ náà èmi pẹ̀lú ọ̀túnba tó sọ̀rọ̀ nígbà tá à ń bọ̀ wọ́n á parí ẹ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run. èyí tó ń pè mí wálé nìyí láti wá bá àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ wa sọ̀rọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n tá a bá fẹ́ ṣe àkọ́pàṣẹ àgbọ̀yọ̀dá lọ́dọ̀ bàbá ìkákọ́ àgbàyọ̀dá ká tó máa lọ sí orí pápá láti lọ bá àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀. Kí ló dẹ̀ fa ìbásọ̀rọ̀ tá a fẹ́ bá àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀? Ó ti tó tásìkò tí ìyá di ìbò tí wọ́n pè ní tòmẹ́sẹ̀ yọ wọ́n pè primary tí yóò fi jẹ́ pé ní ẹgbẹ́ àtúnfà tí ó ṣojú ẹ̀ nínú ìbò gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Àná mo láǹfààní àti ní kí àwọn ẹgbẹ́ wọ́n gbé fọ́ọ̀mù fún mi pé wọ́n fẹ́ kí n tẹ̀síwájú pẹ̀lú kí n máa ṣe ìjọba lọ. Wọ́n á rò pé tí wọ́n ṣe yẹn ó yẹ kí n wá tọ́ sílẹ̀ díẹ̀ kí lọ bá àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ ní gbogbo ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun káàkiri kí n bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ pé nǹkan tí ẹgbẹ́ sọ ló kì í ṣe ní iṣẹ́ yìí náà fara mọ́ tó ti ṣe é ṣe ìyẹn ni tí mo bá wá ní kí n kọ́ gbà yọ̀ǹda náà kí a jọ fi nítorí ọ̀rọ̀ kájọ sọ̀rọ̀. Ó dẹ̀ inú mi dùn pé àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ dúró tọ́ ní Ifẹ̀ Pàápàá jùlọ àtúwá láǹfààní pé ògidì ọmọ yín dájọ́ díje ní 2018 àjùjọ papọ̀ sí ìyẹn fi mí lọ́kàn balẹ̀ pátápátá pé Ifẹ̀ ti dúró pátápátá.
Governor Oyetola also addressed APC members at Enuwa Squad. Honorable Sunday Akere, who is the political advisor to Governor Oyetola, shed more light on the visit.
What the governor is doing now is, one, we call it FIN, F-I-N, familiarizing himself with the new leadership of the party, because we just finished our congresses electing officers from the ward, local and state. And two, he is inaugurating what we call the ward and the unit ESCOs. We introduced the formation of 10-member unit ESCOs, and the governor is introducing them as it goes around. And three, which is the end, it's notifying them about its intention to contest for a second term in office. You can all recall that some elders within the party and the government collectively volunteered to purchase the nomination and expression of interest form for the governor, which was handed over to him yesterday. And the governor too took it upon himself to visit the Council of Obas at their first meeting, first Thursday of the year, where he notified them of his intent to run for a second term. What we are now doing is direct meeting with members of the party leaders, and card-carrying members of our party, because by now we don't know whether the National Secretariat will decide or indirect or direct form of primaries, but whichever one they decide on, we are getting ourselves prepared that come anytime, any day, the governor is ready and the party is ready behind him.
APC political stalwart that came from far and near commended Governor Oyetola for fulfilling most of his electoral promises in Ife land.
One, this governor has brought down the temperature of governance in the state. And by that singular act, bringing down the temperature of governance has yielded peace and tranquility. If you see your governor as meek and gentle, diligent and industrious, you are mandated to conform, to see to your duties, and to respect the law. That's the first major achievement of this government. The second one is we have done so well in education. We have reviewed the policies of government on education. We have eradicated single and monolithic uniform. So you can't find in any part of Osun where students are involved in criminality, because each of them has uniform of their schools. Aside that, we have intervened in social engineering. Occasioned by a pandemic of COVID-19, this government gives out food to 30,000 people every month. And we have started that for the past 9 months. We have been doing it. Aside specific and regular intervention in markets, last week in Ife here, in Ife Central, we gave out 350 to people who are vulnerable but not expecting food. In Ife, it's 350, and this is what we do every month. Now, let us go to real sector of the economy. We are improved on our IGR. This is because the governor has plugged all the leakages. That's why it's been able to pay salaries. I should tell you that in the last 3 years, we have paid salary to the tune of 40 billion naira. And this government has also paid debts to the tune of 70 billion in net debt by this government.
Appreciate God for giving us such a wonderful governor because of his performance, especially in Ile Ife. We thank him for the numerous work that he's doing in Ile Ife today. Starting from the road 7, the ring road that is being brand new constructed road, ring road, round Ife. Renovation of existing bad roads, Mokuro Road, 7 Road 1, at Sabo, and many other roads. Anagon Road that is under construction. We thank him for many more of these. Number of Ife sons and daughters that he has appointed to political offices. Not just that, performing his duty statutorily, ensuring that the welfare of the populace of Osun State is taken care of.
Talk about achievement is found through a lot of sectors. You talk about education, you talk about health, you talk about commerce, so on like that. So if we are picking it from the area of health, the governor has done so much in the area of health, and if you will agree with me that this is the very first time that you have a governor that will build, construct the health center in 332 political wards within the space of 3 years, which is unprecedented achievement in the area of health. Not just building a structure, but the structure equipped with drugs and staffing. Moving from that one to education, our education reform and policy, we've gone back to the system of education that is known universally, that is 6334. Yes, sometimes ago we deviate, but it costs us a lot of things. With the agitation of people, in general, they asked the government to return back to the education policy that is being used universally, and that is why we reform our education.
Look at infrastructure. He's been able to fulfill his promise in terms of several roads and new roads that were constructed. And in Ife, for instance, you talk of Iloro, Agon Road, you talk of, when you get to Modaike, you talk of roads like Famia roads, and the upgrading of several other roads within the state. I'm just talking of Ife Federal Constituency now. You go to other area, you see new roads. You go to Ekwetu area, you see new roads and upgrading of existing ones. So, and when you talk of health sector, you see several maternity centers were upgraded and new ones constructed. So, and you also, if you look at education sector, you see most of the schools that were barely empty halls were equipped with desks, with tables, with facilities like computers, and that is why you can see that now there is improvement in the rating of Osun State.
They, however, urged the party supporters to treasure their membership card and voters card in preparation for the primaries election of the party and the general election. Adereti Babatunde, NTA News.